So let's talk about something. Imagine you run a fantastic little local restaurant. You know, the kind where you pour your absolute heart and soul into the food. But getting a professional website up, well, it just feels like this huge, expensive mountain to climb. Today, we're going to look at something that might just change that. First, I want you to meet a place called Pasta Boy's Lil Cafe. Their whole vibe is right there in the slogan. Fresh, delicious pasta made with love. It just sounds cozy, doesn't it? Like a place you'd stumble upon and tell all your friends about. And then you get to their About Us page, and it is just pure gold. Check this out. Pasta Boys started in Ma's kitchen after a plate of Ma's spagat. 20 years later, they are still slurping noodles. I mean, come on. The spelling, the charm, it just feels so real, so authentic. You can't fake that kind of personality. Okay, so let's check out their menu. It's super clean, really easy to navigate. You've got your spaghetti, a pretty standard salad, and whoa, a ravioli for almost 40 bucks? That's bold. But then you see a salad wrap for $2. It's got character. And notice the little tags for gluten-free and vegan? That's a really nice touch. It's a solid, functional online menu. So when you put it all together, the story, the menu, the whole look, it looks great, doesn't it? This is exactly the kind of simple, clean, professional site that a small business owner would be absolutely thrilled to have as their online storefront. Okay, but here's the twist. I want you to take another look at everything we just saw. That cozy cafe with its charmingly misspelled story and its $40 ravioli. What if I told you none of it is real? That's right. Pasta Boy's Little Cafe is not a real restaurant. It's a complete fabrication, an example built to show off something way, way more interesting. So, if the restaurant is a fake, what's actually real? Well, the website itself is real, and it was built with a tool called Local Cafe Lite. Now, that's the real story we're here to talk about. So what is Local Cafe Lite? Put simply, it's a free, open-source tool made for one reason and one reason only: to help restaurants get a simple, professional-looking website online for absolutely, completely, 100% free. It's designed to tear down those cost and complexity barriers. All right, I know what you're thinking. The word free always comes with a catch, right? There's got to be a hidden cost somewhere. So let's really dig in and ask, what does free actually mean here? And what kind of features are we even talking about? It means this: a big, fat zero. We're talking $0 in monthly fees, $0 for hosting, no hidden charges, no premium upsells for the important stuff. It is genuinely free. So how on earth is that possible? Well, two big reasons. First, the project is open source. That means the code, the blueprint for the website, is free for anyone to use, forever. And second, it's built to run on hosting platforms like GitHub Pages or Netlify that have amazing free plans that just completely wipes out what is usually the biggest ongoing cost of having a website. And here's the clever bit of tech that makes it all work. Local Cafe Lite creates what's called a static site. Think of it this way. A typical website is like a chef that has to cook a meal every single time someone visits. A static site is like having all the meals pre-cooked and ready to serve instantly. This makes it super fast, way more secure, and incredibly cheap or, free to run. But this isn't just some generic free template. No, this was built from the ground up with restaurant owners in mind. It has the core features a small cafe or eatery actually needs to run their business online. Let's start with the menu, because that's the heart of it all. You can show everything: photos, descriptions, all your prices. You can easily do multiple options, like a small and a large size. Customers can filter for things like vegetarian or gluten-free. And maybe the best part, to update anything, you just edit a simple text file. You don't have to touch a single line of code. And of course, people need to find you, right? You can list one location or a whole bunch of them. All you do is type in the address, and boom, a map is automatically generated. You can have custom hours and contact info for each spot, and it all works perfectly on a phone when someone's trying to get directions. And then there are all those little professional touches that really make a difference. You get a beautiful photo slideshow on the homepage. The whole site is completely mobile-friendly, so it looks amazing on any phone. And when someone shares a link to your site on social media, you get one of those nice, rich previews with a picture. It just looks legit, and that builds trust. So let's pull back for a second and look at the big picture. What does a tool like this really mean? Well, it's all about empowering the little guy, the small business owner. Here's the bottom line, plain and simple. You no longer need a massive budget just to have a fighting chance online. Tools like this are leveling the playing field. They're giving the Pasta Boys Lil Cafes of the world a chance to look just as professional as the big chains without breaking the bank. And that kind of leaves us with this really exciting question to think about. If something as fundamental to business as a professional website can now be completely free, what's next? What other so-called essentials of running a business are about to be totally transformed?